Aloha, this is George, and I am here with the Ukulele Music Library, the world's very first dedicated ukulele music library for production music, simple licensing, feature films, commercials, YouTube use, indie films, you name it. If you need ukulele music to be licensed out at a really good rate with real simple terms, well, this is why we built this. I want to take you around a really quick tour of our site. As you can see here on the front page, we have what's called our music selection player. Very easy to get around on. I'm going to scroll down here. And right now we've only got about 45 tracks, so we just opened up, but we have about another 40 coming in the next couple months. And here are the selections right here. We have here on the player different genres that you can choose from that'll load up. For instance, if you were to click on light-hearted sounding music, you click on there and that tag shows up right here. And this is all the music selections that are light-hearted or funny, etc., etc. Same thing with the tags. You can go ahead and search by tags. Sometimes people have different ways of searching things, so we tried to make that as available as possible. Tracks that are maybe a little more easier and geared toward kids type use. Just click on it. It'll load right up all the tracks that have been selected that might be, something you may want to hear for kids. Shopping cart experience, real super simple. When you click here on the cart after you've listened to it, to listen to the track, you just go ahead and click here. I've turned off the system audio, but you might be able to hear a little bit in the background. And then you stop it right here. No big deal, like anything else. But if you decide you like it and you want to buy it, just click on the shopping cart. And the shopping cart will also give you the opportunity to listen to the track again. Here are the different licensings. I'll explain this to you really fast. The basic license means anybody who's using YouTube and talking at seminars and corporate videos and things that are not being used on traditional media. It's a very loose license. We have a lot of leeway, whether it's on a YouTube video that only 40 people see or 40 million people see. It's just the same price, real simple. The regional license just means that you're doing TV shows or radio shows, or you are doing radio production, like let's say you're a radio station and you decide to license a piece of music from the site that you want to use in a commercial that you're cutting for a client on a local level, then that is this license here. The global license is more for the nationals, people who are doing national TV, feature film use with studios, that kind of music. Actually, I don't know how many people are actually going to do that, because most of those people do have enough money to custom write, but just in case you never can tell. And then finally, the exclusive license means, let's say you love this track, but you want this to be the track of your brand. Then what ends up happening is for this amount of money, then what we do is we grant you the exclusive license for that. We pull this from the library, and you are the only one to use this piece of music in perpetuity. And it has some other fun stuff to read, but generally that's what it is. So you would just go ahead and click on your basic license, buy now. Your shopping cart will populate here. You can continue shopping around if you'd like. And let's just say that you go over here and you like Huli Huli Chicken, you want to buy that too. Go through the same process, buy now. I wanted to show you something else too real quick. Down here it tells you exactly what you get and how it's delivered. All of our files are only delivered as MP3s, end of story. Don't request waves or AIFFs. It's just, how we can make our product easily usable for everybody. And also, if you notice something here, something called multiple reduced mixes. I'll get to that in just a second. So as we finish the shopping process, you just go ahead and let's just buy another one. Check out, no problem. You go through the checkout process here. Name, address, click I show the terms. What'll end up happening here when you check out is you'll go to a PayPal shopping cart. You'll go through that process, and as soon as it's done, then what ends up happening is immediately you are going to be sent URLs to custom downloads of all your music. So that's really how easy it works. Like I mentioned before, something called reduced mix-outs. This is very well known use for major professional music libraries, where instead of just getting one track, let's go down here and use this as an example, Follow the Stars. At 130 beats per minute, let's just say is about 1 minute and 45 seconds long. Well, that's with everything in it, but if you reduce the mixes, we just take the same exact mix and take out the melody. and then take out the drums, but leave the ukuleles, you know, and you start playing around with the different mixes. It gives you different opportunities to stretch that music for as long as you possibly may need, or even customize, you know, the way you use it. You know, maybe if you open up with just the ukulele parts first and then put in the drums, etc., etc. There's a small video down here that we give you just to kind of explain through what it is and how it is you can use it and move things around, etc., 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 etc. So let me stop that. We also have the custom uk music section here. A lot of times people will say, God, I really love this one track, but it looks like it may have been bought so many times. Do you have something else like this, or can we custom order something like this? And the reality is yes, of course. If it's a derivative of something that's existing, it's a lot easier to kind of reproduce and customize so that it is built specifically for you. Or if you just need music strictly written, customized to you in your project, film, TV, YouTube, theme, it's not a problem. We can do it. You know, you just email us and we have a turnaround time for that. Something else I want to show you is we have various pro bundles. The pro bundle that we have right now is for local, regional, radio, TV, and indie film festivals, which is if you buy 25 tracks at the basic rate, you'll get 40% off of that rate. And that's usually called it's a bundle package, but sometimes it's a partial blanket license, which means you'll get all these tracks, you get to use them and have a blast with it. And even if you're in production, in other words, if you're a local radio station or a local TV station and you're producing spots for clients, and you can dive into this as your own music library in order to, you know, satisfy the needs of your client to get music, you know, on that spot, 30-second, 60-second radio, TV, etc. It's still the property of the Ukulele Music Library. You know, you can't sell it as an additional, you know, like you're selling the music. It's part of a bundle, but that's what we offer for you. And here's how that works. The terms and licensings, real simple stuff here. We tried to make it as simple as possible, though we do have more professional detailed PDF on this. But it's really simple. We want to make this experience really seamless to everybody and make sure everybody understands that, you know, as long as it's not going on TV and radio, you don't have to worry about anything. Even if it's a commercial that's being produced strictly for YouTube use, it's okay. You stay with the basic license. The second we start getting into, you know, regional TV, you know, let's just say here in the state of Hawaii, let's say KGMB, which is our local TV station, decides to use a bunch of music here, then they would just pay this rate. It's really not that much more than our basic, which is an average of $18. And then, of course, like I said earlier, if it's national commercials and so on and so forth, and film and so on, and then the exclusive license. All of this is 100% royalty-free to the end user, which is you, which means you will never have to pay royalties to anybody, okay? That's a whole different beast handled by a whole different entity. And so we make it, once again, very easy. And then at the end of the day, too, we also make it easy for other countries. Obviously, you know, I can translate this if you want to Japanese, etc., etc., etc. Anybody who knows Google Translate, it's definitely going to be a little messy, but you can get around. But once again, we're trying to make this as easy as possible for getting people to get around here. So once again, we're really stoked on releasing this. It is the only dedicated ukulele music library for production music out in the world right now. And so we're hoping you're going to have a little fun. Always check back for updates. We have a newsletter tab that we're putting in soon. So if you just want to be kept up to date with when we're releasing things, you just go ahead. But have fun. Knock yourself out. And check out all these tracks. All these tracks were written here in Hawaii and have many different styles to it, but it is 100% made in Hawaii, 100% royalty free, and 100% aloha. So have fun, knock yourselves out, enjoy the music. Aloha.